Hey out there, I am so excited to share with you today a video about Sequence, which is a tool I've been using for like 3 or 4 months, which has revolutionized the way that I've been managing my money. I'm super excited to show you this. I'm going to put this on YouTube, so if you're on YouTube, please like or subscribe to my channel. For newsletter people, you're getting this right in your newsletter. So, and if you're on YouTube, feel free to subscribe to my newsletter because it's awesome. So Sequence, this is my money. These are my debt accounts. This is my main checking account. This is savings accounts. And this is a joint account. And my money is all laid out here on this visual, perpetual whiteboard. Okay. And so this is awesome. It's visual, it's ADHD friendly. So when you sign up for Sequence, you actually get a Sequence bank account. And this Sequence bank account is basically just a holding account that holds money for a minute while it then disperses it where you want to go. So when I pay myself, money goes into this account and then it goes where I want it to go. Okay. These are up here because they have no balance. I'm not worried about them. They're just there so I can see them and remember them. This is my credit card that I use. So it's here. This is my bills and expenses account, which all of my fixed and recurring expenses come out of. And I'll send like Venmo payments from there occasionally if that happens, or random stuff. Then this variable expenses account is actually a buffer account for expenses that are unexpected but not emergencies. And then life happens fund, that's my emergency fund. These savings accounts are savings accounts that TBD means I haven't determined what they're going to be for yet. They used to be for something else and now they're just sitting there. This is my vacation account. This is my home improvement account. I'm currently re-upping my life happens fund after a very expensive summer where unfortunately I was a bad boy and I drained it down a bit. So I need to re-up it and I'm currently in that process. So how do we actually use this thing? So you have this Sequence account and when you come in here, you set rules and you set a sequence of events that you want, hence sequence, that you want to happen when money comes into the account. Okay, so I'm just showing you this one is this is a sample. This is what I actually do, but I just removed the actual numbers just because I'm just trying to just show you and not give you the full insight into my financial life. Okay, so when money comes into this account, and I have it set so that when money comes into this account that's above a certain amount. Okay, so it won't, if someone sends me $200 that goes into this account, it's not going to trigger this. It has to be incoming money above a certain amount. You can also set rules that are, you don't have to have that on. You can have it be basically, you see how this says else? This is because I set this sample up on an else. So the above here, if the money, if what's coming in is above a certain amount, it's going to be this sequence. Otherwise, if it's a different amount, it'll be this sequence. So that's an example of how you can do this. It's really cool. This might give you an idea of how you might want to structure your own Sequence account or your own, if you don't even need to use Sequence, you can set this kind of thing up with automatic transfers and so fun. So when money comes into the account, the first thing I have it do is I need to pay my bills, right? I need to pay bills. Bills are important. So it's going to re-up my bills and expenses account to a balance of $100. Now that's not real because it's not actually $100, but the amount that is there is the amount that I've calculated all of my fixed and recurring expenses that come out of my bank account. So I always need it to be at that level. I pay myself once a month. So every month I need to be at that level for the next month's bills. So I know it's always funded enough and I have a buffer amount so that in case there's extra stuff coming out that's unexpected. And then the next thing I want to do is pay off my entire credit card balance, which is a good thing to be doing, obviously. So the next thing it does is pay off the entire balance. And then after it pays off that balance, my wife, who's a stay-at-home mom of now 2 kids, so I just had another kid. So she is basically working very hard all the time and deserves to have her own pay. So I send her to our joint account money that she takes and uses for whatever she likes. And then after that, it's going to send money. I put $10 here to the variable expenses, which is like my buffer, something breaks, the fridge breaks, something I need to get some big thing that I haven't budgeted for. I will pay those kinds of things from this account. So it's like a buffer account before I would have to go to the emergency fund. And then after that, since I'm re-upping the emergency fund, I would put it to here. And actually, I wouldn't want to do fixed amount. This is the last part of the sequence. I would actually do percentage of remainder, and I would do 100% of whatever's left over. Now, if it ran out, now let's say that I spent so much money on my credit card that after it tried to pay off the balance, there's no money left, or maybe didn't even get to pay off the balance. In that case, it would pay off whatever's left to pay off the credit card, and then it wouldn't trigger the next rule. So Jill would not get any money this month, which would be sad, but that doesn't happen usually. So we don't have to worry about that, but that's just how it would work. It would stop whenever the money runs out, it would stop in its tracks. So that's how it works in a nutshell. It's really powerful. It's really cool. These debt accounts you bring in through a service called Spinwheel. They integrate with both. So Spinwheel, and there's another one. So you can actually have Sequence will actually send the money. It's like a bill pay. It's like a bill pay system. So Sequence will pay that bill. My mortgage is here too. Unfortunately, my mortgage company sucks. So when I tried to make it do that automatically, it failed and I had a whole issue. So Sequence, I mean, it's really powerful. It's affordable for a lot of people, subscription. There's different tiers of it. There's a really basic tier where you can just do really basic stuff. There's a business tier where you can have both your business and your personal. So I highly recommend you check this out, guys. It's really powerful. I am in no way being compensated for this. I'm just sharing with you things that I use. And I hope that this gave you some good insight into like how I even do stuff, because after all, I'm working with people with ADHD for my own living. So I'm always sharing my own systems in hopes that it would help you sort of get a understanding of how you could set things up for you. So that's Sequence, get Sequence. I hope you really enjoyed this. This is one of my favorite tools. It really is. Because if you do use this plus like a budget, you have like the tangible money movement plus like the categories in your budget, and you're seeing where you're standing in terms of your spending on the budget. But this is like your backup to get money going where it needs to go, which is super powerful. All right, guys, that is all I got. And check it out. And by the way, have a great day. And by the way, subscribe to the YouTube channel. And by the way, have a great day. See ya, guys. I'm silly.